Hi everyone and welcome to the Notoriously Morbid YouTube channel. My name is Orphea and today's video is going to be this Valentine's Day inspired makeup look. Now I know I am making this video a few days in advance and of course this is so you can actually see what I'm using and create a similar look if you want to. Now the main inspiration for this look was red tones of course, but I gave it my own personal touch by using a little bit of darkness in the corners and of course by applying liquid eyeliner and creating a big dramatic wing. Now I personally really love the red eyeshadows by Notoriously Morbid, so if you are looking for good reds then I would highly recommend having a look. Now for today's video I used shimmer shades mainly, but of course there are tons of great matte shades out there as well. But now, without further ado, let's get started. If you have seen any of my previous videos, it will come as no surprise that I start with priming my eyes with Dreams Fade and a flat eyeshadow brush. And this is a primer by Notoriously Morbid. If you are looking for something similar by another brand, the Urban Decay Primer Potion is a good alternative. The next step is also a simple one. We are going to set this using So Goes My Nation, and the reason that I use So Goes My Nation is because it is the color that is closest to my personal skin tone. Of course, if there is another shade that is a closer match for you, you can use that one. After that, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. I am using a eyebrow brush and Bloody Awful Poet. You could also use Void or the Brow Cremations. Now we can finally get started on the fun part of this tutorial, which is playing around with gorgeous shades by Notoriously Morbid. And for this look I wanted to go for a very pretty golden red look. So I'm going to start with Bones of Your Sins, and I'm actually trying to use as many of permanent items as possible, and Bones of Your Sins is a color we are going to be using in the inner eye corner and underneath the brow bone. And the reason that I always start with the lightest shade is because I feel you can easily blend the other shades into this, but afterwards sometimes it might be more difficult. And because most of the shades that I will be using are shimmer and glitter shades, I am of course using my trusty shadow bind. So with my finger I'm just going to place a tiny bit of shadow bind in my inner eye corner, because over there is where I want it to really sparkle, but underneath my brow bone I'm just going to leave it as is. The next color I will be using is called 30 Hours of Pain, and I will be applying this without shadow bind, simply to create the shape around my eye, and then afterwards with another red shade I'm gonna go in and just intensify the reds. With a smaller makeup brush I'm also going underneath my eye to just apply this shade. The next shade I will be using is Coven Muffin. This is a gorgeous sparkly red, and for this I am using Shadow Bind yet again. And we will be focusing the shade on the lid, so on the actual eyelid. So just apply a little bit of Shadow Bind on it, and then apply your eyeshadow. And if you feel like you didn't use enough, then just feel free to go back in with a little bit of Shadow Bind, tap it on, and apply your eyeshadow. And I hope you were able to tell that I actually press in the eyeshadows more than I swipe them around. By pressing them in, you can really set the eyeshadow. If you start just swiping it around while the shadow bind is still wet, you will just smear it around and it will not look good. And I feel like we've lost a little bit of 30 hours of pain, so I'm going back in with that shade. And I am already really loving this look, but to finish it I am going to use a unfortunately discontinued shade. It is called Sanctuary, and it is a really deep dark rich red. And what I will be doing is just going underneath my lash line with a small makeup brush and into the outer crease, just to define it a little bit more and deepen it. And this is the jar of Sanctuary that I still have. Now, if you can get your hands on Sanctuary, it's actually a semi-loose eyeshadow, so you don't need to use Shadow Bind with it. And then I will be blending it all together. And you could stop here, however for me I want just a little bit of darkness into the outer corners of my eyes. So I am going to use Fishnets to go back into the outer corners, and I will be using a very sharp pointed blending brush. Now that we are done with the basics of this makeup look, I am going to tight line my waterline using a kohl pencil, apply liquid liner, curl my lashes, apply mascara, and of course also apply fake lashes. So I will be doing that right now without giving too much explanation. I will just speed it up and then I will be right back with you. So now that my lashes are drying, I'm going to start applying my foundation and my concealer, and afterwards setting it with the end setting powder. So now to set my foundation, I am using the end setting powder and a big fluffy brush. After that, I am using the contour brush from the Notoriously Morbid brush set and Necromancy contour to contour my face. And then I am using a highlighter to finish my face, and this one is called Echo, and it is a more golden base highlight, and I'm using a small highlighter brush for this. Now the last step to this look is of course applying lipstick, and I'm going to be using a vibrant sparkly red by Notoriously Morbid. This one is called Drawn That Way. Unfortunately this is no longer available, but if you are going for a deep red, then Druidas could also be a perfect shade. I personally just wanted a vibrant sparkly red, and that's why I'm picking this one today. So this is the makeup look that I am going to be wearing for my Valentine's Day event. I personally really love this look, and of course you can personalize it however you like. You don't have to use, for example, fishnets in the outer corners if you feel like it will darken up the look too much, and you can use as many dark or bright shades as you want. As for usual, all of the products that I have used will be listed in the description box of this video. Should you still have any questions at all, feel free to ask in the comment section, and also feel free to let me know what you are doing for Valentine's Day. We are going to have a super good dinner together, so we will have special food that we usually would not make, so I think we will have chocolate mousse and lots of chocolate stuff involved anyways. But I also want to tell you that if you are alone, if you are celebrating Valentine's Day by yourself, take the time to treat yourself, to give yourself the things that you absolutely love, whether it be a special food, a special drink, watch a movie that you absolutely love. I think it is super important that you also take care of yourself, even if you don't have someone to celebrate Valentine's Day with. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Notoriously Morbid YouTube channel for weekly videos by your favorite darkly inclined makeup brand, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!